Hi guys, it's Trisha from Cards by TC. Thank you very much for watching today's video. For those of you that are fairly new to the Cards by TC family, welcome to our family. I really hope you like what I have to share. If you want, you can pop on over to my Facebook, Instagram or TikTok pages. Just search at Cards by TC. And you'll find all my previous creations there for you. If you have any questions, any suggestions, tips, by all means, more than welcome. And if you like what I do, please do like and share with all your friends and family, and click the little bell icon so you can be notified when I upload more content. Right, so going into today's video, this was originally posted sometime last year. And I did a follow-up video as well on how to create one of these. Now I call these an origami envelope box. You can also call it sort of a pop-up box. The main mechanism is origami. So yeah, like I said, I did post a follow-up video of this on my TikTok, but obviously with the time content there, it was quite sped up, and I had quite a few people message me saying, can you please post this in real time? So I thought, what better way to kickstart my YouTube channel than to post this very cute and easy to make envelope pop-up card. So I'll show you this one first. So you have the card like this, it sits down like that, and you open it and it opens like a box. Now you can put little sweets in there, little treats. You can make it like a trinket box as well. I've done a little card in there to go inside there. You can decorate it as you wish, or even if you want, you can just have your message at the back, have a piece of cardstock there and write your message there as well. It's entirely up to you how you want to do this. Let's get started with this. So to start with, you need any square size paper. Now I say I'm not going to give you exact sizes of them unless you are going to be making the same size that I am. So what you do need is just a square piece of paper or very light cardstock. I won't recommend going for very heavy cardstock like the 200 GSM or anything like that, only because it is an origami mechanism, and when you get to folding and everything, it will get quite bulky, and it won't give you the desired look that you want. So I'm going with just using Dove Crafts Essentials Colours paper pack. It's 120 GSM, and don't worry about it being too thin, because once you add your mats and layers, it will get quite sturdy. So don't panic too much. I wouldn't go for something thin as copy paper because it would just be very, very flimsy. But something around, you know, the 120 to 150 GSM region is quite decent. I've chosen this nice purple colour. So this card I made from a 12 by 12, and the final size is just about 4¼ by 4¼ What I like to do is I've got these pens here. Now these pens I bought from the works. I bought them as individual packs, so I've got the blues and purples, greens and browns, yellows and oranges, and pinks and reds. They do still do these, but I think they do them in different types of packs, so different assorted packs, different sizes and stuff. So I'm pretty sure these are still available, not necessarily as the pack that I've got. So from this pack, I'm just going to choose like a pale purple, or even this pale blue will go with my coloured cardstock. And what you want to, I mean, you don't have to, but what I like to do, and I'll do this with my mats and layers as well, so you'll see it better justified afterwards. But just for this one, what I do is I just take the broader end of the pen, of the marker, and very lightly just go over the edge, just to kind of get rid of that white core. This, like I said, it will make a lot more sense when I show you on my mats and layers. I learnt this trick when I first started, and I think it makes the image look a lot more crisper. Okay, so as you can see, my outside is the colour of the paper. If you're using double-sided paper or designer paper, whatever design you want on the outside, keep that face down. So I don't want the white. I want the white to be on the inside. So I'm going to keep that face up. Okay, just be mindful of that. You've got your square paper here. All you need to do first is fold it in half one way. Okay, open that up. You've got that there. Then you want to do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, open it up. Now, you've got a cross. You then want to go diagonally. And just use your bone folder. Open it up and this point to this point. Okay, so when you open it up, you've got a cross and then you've got a diagonal cross. Okay, now, so you're going to take this corner to this. You're going to do that on all four corners. So the best thing is, and I hope I don't get my head into the video, is just take it just to there and you'll see this edge is lining with this fold line here, and this edge will line with this edge here. Try not to go over the fold lines. Just try and keep them within the folds. And then whilst you've got two open already, you want to take one end and bring it to this score line. Again, what you want to do is try and keep it in the center and not go off anyway. So the best way to do that is to see the score line here, go straight with this score. I'm saying score, sorry, the fold line with that fold line. You're not scoring this. And try and keep your corner of the paper just to the point. So there we go. And you want to do the same on the opposite side. Okay, and then from here, you want to fold it up. And you'll see it's not overlapping on the other sides. That's how you know your fold has worked properly. And again on the other side. And then you open these two up. And you're still going to work with these two, but you just open these up so you've got more room. Now you want to fold this again, but to this middle fold line. Again, try not to go over, but try to stay just to the line. There we go. And that's sitting quite tight next to each other. If it overlaps slightly, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem because it's going to open up. But there you go. So what you want to do is focus on this score line here. I keep saying score line, sorry, this fold line here. You're going to lift this flap. You're going to do it on both ways, but you're going to lift this flap and you're going to fold it back, but against this fold line. So you're going to kind of start seeing that this will pop up a bit. You're going to do the same thing for the other side, and it should hopefully make it a bit easier this time. Okay, and then that's what you have, and you just want to fold it. So keeping your fingers there, just fold it on that score line there and burnish. And obviously you formed these new triangles, so burnish them as well. Okay. And then you want to take this tip and bring it to here. And you should see, like you can see on mine, it lines up. Okay. And then you can take this and just fold it back. You're going to do the exact same thing on this side. And you see, this is why I don't recommend using a thicker cardstock, because when you get to these kind of folds, it gets too bulky and it just pushes out. So there's that. And then just give it a good burnish with your bone folder, so you've got a nice box shape. And then you should have a box that opens. So that's the main bit of it. Also, all that's left is to decorate it. So I'm going to bring in my papers and my embellishments, and let's get decorating to this. Okay, so I'm back with my selection of papers and embellishments that I want to use to decorate this pop-up envelope that I made. Bring in my trimmer. So the measurements for these are, if I can remember, let me bring my ruler in. So like I said, the square itself makes 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe it was. Yep. So I'm going to go with 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 and then cut it in half, and we'll go from there. I just need to cut this in half. So 4 1/4 divided by 2 is 2 1/8. And that should hopefully fit here. What you want to do is butt it against this edge here, so that when it closes, it's like that. Make it look like that. Oh, that looks nice. So that's that. I'm not going to stick this down just yet because I've got something to show you. Now with my designer paper, I think I'm going to use the donuts for this one. Now I am going to give it a border all across, only because I know this square is actually 4 by 4, so going 1/4 inch smaller, so this is 2 1/8, so I can go 1 7/8 on this and it will fit. I could do 2, could just go a tiny bit smaller. Let's do that. So let me cut this in half first and see. So let's cut this at 2. Oh, there we go. So that's 2. So against my matte layer, I can have it like that. But obviously I like to have my border even all across. So I am going to cut this slightly a bit because I've got a bit of a border on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to cut this a little bit more to 1 7/8. I'm going to cut it off on this edge. Actually, I'm going to use my craft knife on this one, so I'll come back to this again to cut it. So I've got my 2 matte layers, these layers, I'm going to have one at the back. So the back we know is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. You can do that exact measurement if you want. I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch smaller. Let's cut another one of these, I think, for the back. So I've had donuts at the front, so I'll have this at the back. That way I can use both of mine. There we go, easy peasy. And this is 4 by 4 itself. So I just need to trim this a little bit. I'm going to go 3 7/8 of an inch smaller, which I need to do with my craft knife again, only because my trimmer has started fraying the sides. I need to change the blade of this. I haven't been able to readily get hold of them, so if any of you know where I can get spare blades for the Tonic Studios super trimmer, please do let me know in the comments or message me. I've been trying to get hold of these blades for a while now, and they're just out of stock everywhere. I've tried the website and it was out of stock, so if anyone knows, do let me know. And also, if you can, I've got bits stuck in here. Now I do clear these quite often, but what I've noticed is it's causing a lot of uneven surface for me. So when I cut, it doesn't cut straight, it cuts like at a bit of an angle. So if anyone knows how I can rectify this without buying another trimmer, please do let me know. Thank you. Okay, so that's that, and that. Okay, so the last thing that we need to cut is, and you don't have to do this, is you'll see in here, oops, on the one that I did before, I've got these 2 triangles here. You can have the triangles at the top as well if you want. You just have to double up what you've got. You don't have to do this. Obviously, I've got colour there. I just want to add something nice there. So, to do that, you need, I'm going to use this. So, this is a 2 1/8 inch by 2 1/8 inch square. So I'm just going to cut a 2 by 2. Okay, that's scrap there. And then you want to cut them at an angle. And then, I don't know about you guys, but I can't cut at a corner, like cut across the corner like that. So I try to move my blade to the middle of my cardstock, punch, and then cut like that. Because what I find is when I cut from that end, it rips my corners a little bit. So I like to do it from the middle, in and out, that way. And that should, fingers crossed, fit very nicely there with a very thin border. Obviously, if you want a bit more of a border, just go a little bit smaller, go maybe an 1/8 inch smaller or a 1/4 inch smaller. But I like mine like that, and that will fit the same for the other side as well, because these are squares. I think that's it for my trimmer, so I'm going to move that out of the way. And let's get started here. So, I'm going to start by showing you my little trick that I was mentioning earlier on in the video about all my mats and layers. So, as you can see in this one, this is the holographic card. You see here, you've got a white line. Don't know if you can see that. There you go, that white line there. So that's the white core, okay? I'll see that in here as well. You've got a white core here. So what I like to do is, just to give it a bit of a crisp image, I like to just go over in a marker on all sides, just to make it look a bit more finished and fuller. So for these, I'm just going to go over in a nice navy blue or a violety colour. So let's do that first. So I'm going to use a cobalt blue. So I'm just going to go there. Oh. I've gone over it in the back over there. It doesn't really matter, no one's going to see that. But you see that blue now. So it's white here, and then it's blue there. So it just looks like it's never ending. Just very lightly. There's that done. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same for the others. Okay, that's that. So now all I have to do is stick this on. So I think I'll start with the back first. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I think I'll start with the back first. Okay, and I'm just going to use my ATG. You can use double-sided tape, you can use PVA glue, any other tape runners that you have. You can just use that. I've got my ATG to hand for these slightly bigger pieces. So just going to put that there. There we go. And then a cupcake cardstock. Oh, my ATG is quite old. It was actually my dad's. He used to use it when he used to work for sticking down photos in albums. So this looks like this is the right way up. Oh no, I was meant to cut this down. Oh dear. Right, okay. Let's do that next. So, oh, don't stick to my cutting board. Okay. I'm going to have this upside down now because I've got glue on it already. But I said my trimmer was giving me frayed edges. So I just want to, and I might take a pencil out at this point. Because my image is all around, I can just cut it from one side there and at the bottom there. If obviously your image is in the middle, you need to cut from both sides and the top and the bottom. So you'd have to do half the measurement that I'm doing. So because this is 4 by 4, and I'm going to cut this just by 1/8 in total rather than 1/4, I'm just going to measure 3 7/8 on this, and then just cut there. So I should ideally do it this way, shouldn't I? There. Oops. Put this at 3 7/8, and there. And then I need to do the same on this side as well. 3 7/8 there, and then just put this end at 3 7/8 there. Okay, so let me cut that first. So I'm just going to quickly, obviously where I've cut now, I've got 2 new edges of white core. So I'm just going to quickly do those edges. Wrong side. Ooh. So that's done. This is the new edge. And this is the new edge. Okay. And then if you want, just add my glue. So I'm going to just do that now. It's good you're seeing me do this because we all make mistakes. So that's that. So let's try and stick this on with a bit of an even border now. Oh, sugar plums. Oh, sugar plums. I've done it again. It's not even. I might end up destroying this. Oh no. Yeah, don't do what I did. That's all going to be hidden under my new one. This has gone to bits. So I'm going to do another one. I'm just going to ATG this again. Obviously, if you had PVA or any other liquid glue, you would have had some time to squiggle. But with the ATG, it is quite difficult sometimes. but not to fear. We've got it under control now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I've not cut it properly then. Maybe that is it. Third time, and if this doesn't work, I've done something wrong. I'm just gonna put some more glue on there. Figure out what I've done wrong. So I'm going to put it upside down first. See what I've done wrong. Oh gosh, this is terrible of me. So it looks fine there. That corner matches. That corner matches. Right, that is the best I'm going to do with that. And I'm just going to go over it with my band folder just to stick all those corners and edges down now, because I have ripped it apart a few times. And that's that. There we go. That's perfect. Now, don't worry, don't panic too much. Obviously, don't do the same mistake that I've done. So for these mats now, so I'm just going to line it up to the edge there, and then you'll see there is a bit of a overlap. You can cover that up if you want. I used similar size and I just stuck similar colour paper or cardstock down. You can do the same if you want. I might, because I've got purple there, so I'll see if I've got any paper and I'll stick that down. But it'll be the exact same size as this, just to mirror it on the back. So I'm going to stick this down first. And actually, while I'm waiting for that to just dry, I mean, you could put something on top. I'm just going to put my stamping thing on top just to give it that thing. But while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to cut the backs, and I'm just going to use this. Hopefully it's the right size for 4 4¼ Let's cut this in half, really. Right, and I'm just gonna have it open like that, and then just stick that on. Now, what you can do is, if you want to, if you don't want it to be seen, take it right to the edge of that corner of your mat. And then if you've got a bit of a gap here, it doesn't really matter too much because it'll be folding, so you do need that space there anyway. So for this, I'm just gonna just use my ATG. It's a lot faster, and I hopefully won't get it wrong this time. Very embarrassing. For my first video, I've done the same thing 3 times and got it wrong. Very, very embarrassing. But hey, that's the life of a crafter, isn't it? You do mistakes, you learn from them. Or in my case, you do them 3 times and then learn from them. Okay, that's there. And then it makes this a bit more sturdy as well. I've got another layer to go on this anyway, but it makes it quite sturdy. So I like that, actually. It's a good thing I've done that. Okay, so that's the front so far. And then I need to cut these first. So these at the moment are 2. And I need to cut them to 3 7/8. What did I do for these? Did I do a 1/4 inch? I did a 1/4 inch, so I need to cut them, yeah. You can do this on PVA. I'm just going to use my ATG again. I've seen quite a few people use double-sided tape or the ATG, and then they go over it in liquid glue. I've never quite understood the need for it, but let's see if I've got my images correct now. if obviously someone out there knows the reason behind it, please do let me know. Yay! Finally we got there. So we got that sorted. Now let's do these ones here. Just give a bit of a pressure there. Okay, and that should hopefully stick. And if you want, you can just put a bit of heavy weight on it. And I think I'll leave it like that for a while, just so I can get everything stuck down there and start getting these ready. So the card on the inside, again, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can. So this card, without me opening it, this card was 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. I think you could fit a 3.5 by a 3.5 if you wanted to, but this was a fairly okay size for me, really. So I'm going to cut 3 3/8 this way first, so I'll see if I can get a panda in it. And then this way, I want it to be six and 3/4. Okay, and then what you want to do is fold it in half. And there's your little card. With the other one, I rounded the corners, so I think I might do the same here as well. This corner rounder was part of an old trimmer that I used to have. The trimmer's obviously long gone, but I kept the corner rounder. As in, it's not too big, but it's just perfect to create that small sentiment of a card. So there's that. And then, like always, I am going to go around the edges of this. And then where you've got these middles in here, you can use the finer tip. I'm just going to run it across like that on the front side rather than the inside, but it doesn't really matter too much. You've got that, and then that's ready for me to stamp or have my sentiment inside. So I think I might actually do that. So I've got a few stamps here. Friendship isn't a big thing, it's a million little things. That's a nice one. There's nothing better than a friend unless it's a friend with chocolate. I like that one as well. Okay, it's smudged there a little bit, but I'll go over that in gel pen a little later, and it shouldn't hopefully be too big a deal. But it is handmade, you know, it's just, I think where my stamp slightly moved a little bit. And then I'll do a handwritten message there, and that's perfectly fine to just go inside my card there. And then I'll probably put a few chocolates in there to go with the message that I've written underneath. Okay, so that's that. And then obviously now it's time to decorate the front. So I'm hoping, this is my plan, that I can do a birthday there, have it popped up a bit. So I'll put the birthday on first, and I'm going to put that on a little bit of foam happy with the birthday there. Okay, and then the happy I'm gonna have, so it's in the middle. So probably just up until the beginning of that P I'll have glue. So I can use my bigger foam tape sticker there. And if I look at the behind, yeah, the foam's not sticking out, so that's fine. So I can have it like that. Just turn that a little bit where I had the glue, like that. And then you have it. It's like that. Okay, you can obviously decorate this as much as you like. Right guys, I'm back. So I finished decorating my pop-up card. It took some time, which is why I went off camera to do it, because I was going through quite a few notions of what will look nice, what will not, and I didn't want you to see all of that madness as it is. So I've gone into my stash and I've added some I think these are called clear diamantes, and then I had these birthday candle stickers with a bit of a foam tape on them. So I've just stuck them on the Y there to give it some strength, because before it was just kind of just flopping around where I'd applied the foam before. And then I've added these tassels, which I've done in silver card. If you want to know how I've done these, I'm going to be putting them in my next video, because this was just a prototype. I was just trying them on, and then I had them in my stash and I was like, oh, you know what, let me just put them on now. So, and then the inside of my card, I've if you can see that shine there. So I've just gone over the rainbow in Wink of Stella. Same for the panda eyes here as well. And then I've added some stickers just on the stars, just, you know, to add a bit of a shine there. And then obviously the stamped image is there. I'm going to do a handwritten note here, and just include that. Okay, so that's that. And then obviously on the back I've just got my handmade by Trisha at Cards by TC. And yeah, that's it really. So I hope you liked this. Please do share if you do try this. I would love to see what you create. You can pop your posts over on my Facebook page, my Instagram if you want. Tag me, you know, wherever you post it. I'll be more than happy to stop by, have a look. That's that. I hope you like it. Do let me know how you feel this card went, how this tutorial went. Any tips and feedback, please do share, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.